hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent.
I did not do that. What? Yes! Oh my god. Yes! It's over. It's over. I didn't do that. I did not just do that. It's over. I beat Cognition.
Alright, here's the face reveal. So, I'm face revealing for two reasons. Number one, I started this channel like last year in July. So I figured, you know what, why not face reveal now? Number two is I promised that when I beat EndLevel, I would face reveal. And that didn't seem to happen now, did it? I'm basically going to give my overall opinion on Cognition as a whole and explain what I'm going to do next. So, Cognition. This is a level I always knew would be my first Lyceum because of how fun it looked. And when I played it, man, it was so much fun. I started this level because one of my good friends beat it, and I was like, you know what, I want to give this a try for myself, and for some reason, I really liked it. Like, even though getting a 72 to 100 run was like really frustrating, I wanted to keep pursuing it, and ended up really thinking about it after EndLevel. I promised myself that EndLevel would be a final hardest, but considering the fact that I have 48% on this when I beat EndLevel, I couldn't just leave in the dust. I had to beat it. So now onto the actual level. I'd like to start off with the entirety of the pre-drop. In my opinion, the pre-drop is the hardest part, not because of 0 to 10%, but because of 10 to 20%. And 10 to 20% is this very hardship part that just really was a roadblock for a while because of how tight it was. In my opinion, the 14% orb click where you have to release is the hardest click of the entire level, and I can't tell you how many times I died there from 0. Overall, the ship part is easier than I thought, but also looks impossible, so it's still very hard. Getting to the drop, we have some of the most fun gameplay I've ever played in my entire life. The drop of Cognition is seriously so consistent, and the gameplay just works so well. The only two nitpicks I have about this is that there's this orb click at 30% that's like a yellow orb, and for some reason it was just a lot harder than the other orb clicks in the level, but I got really consistent at it, so it wasn't that big of a deal, and I got there pretty often as well. And of course, the 35 mini wave, because that mini wave, it's very tight. It looks really hard, more consistent than I thought, but it still looks really hard, and there were days where I just didn't pass it a single time, but there were days I also passed it like every single time, so it just varied on a day-to-day basis. Getting into the second part of the drop, 36 to 52 is, in my opinion, the same difficulty as the first part of the drop. I don't know which one's harder, honestly. Just like the 35 wave, it varied on a day-to-day basis. There were two parts again that made it really hard for me. Number one was this 48% green orb, and for some reason I just couldn't do it because there was this red orb right in front of it and it just made it a really hard timing overall. Most of my deaths there were because I clicked too early, but there is a possibility that you could click too late, and it doesn't even feel like you clicked too late, which is the stupid part about it. And we have the 50 wave. For some reason, I also experienced a lot of inconsistency with this. I don't know if other Cognition victors experience inconsistency there, but I sure did just because I'm asset wave. I surprisingly got past it more than I thought, because during practice runs, I literally could not do it once, but from zero, for some reason, I was able to do it. And like, this happened like many times in a row. It was an ongoing pattern. I don't know why that happened, but I very much so like it. Up next, we have the break, aka 52 to 72%. This is when the nerves really start building up, because the slow gameplay, especially after coming out of really fast gameplay, is just really nerve-wracking overall. I died to it more times than I thought I would, but the thing is, I have really shitty nerves, and every time I got there and got an attempt, I always was really happy after, so it didn't really bother me too much. The hardest part for me is definitely the 70% ship release, because it's life or death, man. You just hope for the best. There was one time where I got like 470 deaths within 15 minutes, which was a real shocker. Now it's time to talk about the ending. I got to the ending 4 times before beating it. 72 to 100 is 100% easier than 21 to 52, but the thing is, your nerves really make this a life or death situation, and it's always euphoric getting there. Overall, I didn't find any of the parts from 72 to 86 that difficult, as it shouldn't be. But 87 to 100, man, that part is so hard, and I have no idea how I fluked it from 87. I'm doing this because it's only 13% of the level, but I died there so many times in practice mode. I don't know how I managed to do that from 0, because my nerves were really bad. It was really boiling up in my soul, dude. When I got to the ending ship, I tensed up so hard, because, dude, it's literally the ending of the level, and you're just praying to God that you fly through those spikes and get to the end. And thankfully, I was able to do that first try. It's without a doubt the luckiest experience I've ever had on any Extreme Demon, because of how I fluked the ending and didn't die to the ending more than I did, because Jesus Christ, dude, it's so chokeable. I'm guessing AA and EndLevel really helped my nerve control with this one, given its length, because it's only like a minute and 10 seconds long, if not shorter. But now being a victor of this, I see why people go for this as their first listing now, because it's so fun. I literally had so much fun playing this, despite the hard pre-drop. I have to give this a 10 out of 10, which is my first 10 out of 10 for any Extreme. Would you recommend this? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. So, to conclude this is going to be my final hardest for a while, because I've always wanted to beat Cognition, and I've been on a new hardest streak ever since I beat my first Extreme Demon, Aku, and I didn't know at the time I would continue this for like a year and a half straight. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting me, even when I was going through my rough times with AA especially. It was really hard to believe that I could get better at the game, but now I beat EndLevel and Cognition. I can't thank you guys enough. Always strive for your goals, man. Always strive for your goals, because they are possible. You just need to put in the time and effort and believe in yourself. I hope this commentary wasn't bad at all. It's like my first time ever talking to a camera, so it was a little bit weird. Anyways, I apologize if this is a yap fest, but I just want to let you know that the new hard streak has now concluded after 1 year and like 3 months. Goodbye, everybody. Have an amazing rest of your day.